Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the most important additions in the new Tusk Force update, or at least on the dev server, what we can see. Tusk Force is a pretty goofy name, I don't know why they chose that, but you know what, hell yeah, man. Probably the most important addition this update is the BM Oplot. This thing here is coming in, presumably at battle rating 12.0 here in the Japanese tech tree, located in the Thai branch, which starts at rank 6. And it kind of progresses all the way down to rank 8. It only has 3 tanks, but that's not really that important. What's really important is this thing's performance, which right now we can't really fully test because the armor and stuff isn't complete. Turret armor does look pretty good, or it does look fairly finished. If you test the rounds against here, it does actually offer a bit of protection, or quite a bit of protection even. But of course the front plate's kind of paper right now, so we're going to just have to wait for that to be modeled, and same goes for the ERA here. Right now it doesn't do anything either. Overall, the Oplot, you could say, kind of plays like a T-80 BVM with a reverse gear and maybe a bit more armor. It has up to minus 30 kilometers an hour, 32, a bit better. And, the horsepower is also very similar. The T-80 BVM has 1,250 horsepower. This has a 1,200 horsepower. I mean, that's basically the same. It also has a bit of ammo here outside that isn't connected to the tank though, so it's kind of like T-90M where you can sort of shoot it and it doesn't automatically kill the tank. Also has some Stora, or how they call it, Varta or whatever. I mean, it's basically useless. What's more useful is probably the laser warning receiver that you get with this thing. We can go take a look at the rounds. This thing gets something called BTA4. I guess it's a sort of export round or Chinese export round, I think. And it has not terrible penetration, but not great either. If you go and compare it to something like the TDBVM, you can say that it does have quite a bit less. This had like 550, this has 580. I mean, they're pretty similar. I mean, right now, at 60 degrees at 500 meters, the thing has 329, whereas the Oplot has something like 313. So you know what, that's really not that big of a difference, and you still have that 6.5 second reload, so you're all good. Alright, so practically the Oplot is kind of going to play like a BVM in game. I say kind of because it has one fatal flaw that the Russians did actually manage to fix in the BVM, and that's the vertical traverse. If we're just going to stop here for a quick moment and admire this thing's vertical traverse, you can see how absolutely dog shit it is. And it is a problem. At top tier, this is a big problem because with how the camera works in game when you're CQCing, it's really important to have really fast vertical traverse so that your camera or your gun can align with your camera really quickly when you go behind cover or when you push around cover. And this just won't really be as easy in this thing, which is a bit of a shame. Other than that, maybe it's a bug, maybe it'll get fixed, maybe it's a historical accuracy that hasn't been fixed yet. I hope it gets fixed, or I hope it gets changed, because right now it's kind of yeah, not exactly optimal. Mobility wise though, this thing is really excellent. It goes really fast around the place. It almost has the same horsepower per ton ratio as the T-80 BVM. It is actually a bit slower, but honestly it doesn't really matter, and it more than makes up for that with its reverse gear, which we can actually just test right now here in front of the enemy spawn. We can just quickly start reversing here. You can see it accelerates up to minus 30 really quickly, which is really nice. And there we go, you can just do that. That guy could have probably killed me with how the armor is modeled on this tank right now on the dev server, but it's not really too important. What's most important is that you kind of get this really good package of a T-80 BVM with a bit worse, or quite a bit worse, vertical traverse, but with a reverse gear, which is honestly a game changer. Alright, well, while we're looking at the Oplot, we can also look at the new map revamps they've made. Here, Poland is one of the maps they've changed, and I guess Eastern Europe was the other one too. Both very, I guess, classical maps in this game. Honestly, they didn't really need to be changed, but, you know, I guess eventually things do need to be updated. The fields do look nicer. I'm not sure if they look this nice in the base game. That's not really important, though. It seems like they still have this really spawn campy hill here in the middle, and they still have this game mode, which is kind of bad because I don't really like it because of how easy it is to spawn camp the enemy once you kind of capture that hill in the middle. But I guess they want to keep this, which, yeah, I kind of disagree with, but you know, it is what it is. As you can see, though, I'm going really fast here. I mean, I'm going 70 kilometers an hour as far as I know. That's the max speed of this tank. It is indeed, and even up a hill, this thing doesn't really lose too much speed either, which is nice. Now, one good thing about hill sniping in this thing is that it can actually back up really easily. That is, if it actually survives getting shot in the turret, which right now this thing's armor isn't really complete, so it might not do that. Now, one more thing they have actually changed is how trees get destroyed. As you can see, before when you could, you know, you can kind of MG trees away and have them sink into the ground. Now that doesn't really happen anymore, which is really unfortunate actually, because I kind of relied on that. So it's going to be really annoying to get used to, because now you can't really just destroy trees as easily. Instead, you're going to have to shoot them, and even then, I don't think they fully disappear. So it's always going to be a bit unfortunate. You know, I might actually just test it here on this tree. As you can see, I shoot it and it kind of just stays there. So yeah, that's going to be really annoying. That was a leopard right there, and you know what? Let's not show any armor because I don't have any. Oh, okay. Well, please, Commander. Thank you. Alright, so I guess now we can just kind of check out the city here, what they've changed and whatnot. I mean, it's honestly really just cosmetics. They did remove that sign there that was blocking that road right there. But other than that, I don't think they've changed anything too significant. Hello, Type 90s. I should probably not stay here. Holy shit. Oh, good thing this thing has a reverse gear, because otherwise I would have problems. Hello. Let's back up again so that I don't get shot. And yeah, as you can see, this thing here, just because it gets an added reverse gear, really has that versatility now, which is exquisite. Alright, now can I reload before, or can I reverse before this guy's able to reload? Yes, I can. So that's wonderful. There was another guy on the point here, but he's actually since died now, so I can actually go safely capture it. Alright, well that'll do it for the BM Oplot here. You know what, I think it's a really nice addition, especially to the Japanese tree, which maybe needs a couple different tanks, you know, maybe some more tankier vehicles to add to the lineup. And you know, I think it's really good. It has a really good reverse gear. The gun's pretty decent. The vertical traverse is less than optimal, but you know, it does have other qualities that kind of make up for it. So you know what, all in all, I think it's a pretty good package. Anyway, that does it for this video. You know, maybe I'll make a video on the other additions. You know, there's other interesting vehicles which have been added, stuff like the Buk for Russia, or you know, these little AA missiles for what is it, France, Britain and whatnot have also been added. But for now, I'm gonna call it a day here with the Oplot because I'm tired. So yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.